I did say good morning to everyone. Time change has changed the light in the room, and it's very interesting to see that. A little bit of sunshine coming in here. I was very pleased that someone did put a request up, a suggestion that she would have she would like to hear some talk on, and I'm not sure if I should say a person's name. So I think maybe if you give me suggestions, maybe a check mark there that yes tells me it's okay to say who it's from would be good. Good way for us to communicate anonymously if we didn't want it known that they were the ones suggesting it. But it was an excellent topic, and I think I called this the power of words because what she was asking is to talk about specific words and how that action affects us in a major way, and we really do a lot of awareness. We become aware of that. um, if you can think of a word that was said to you as a child that was very painful and that you've never forgotten. And I have a biggie that I recognize caused a tremendous amount of long-term pain and affected my actions. And I'll tell you, I was about 10 years old and I was looking in the bathroom mirror at myself. You know, you kind of yeah, can look at yourself and see what you see. And one of my aunts was standing in the hallway and she saw me and she said, "What do you think? You're pretty?" So I listened to that. I said, I was about 10 years old. Years later, the suffering from that came out, and I was able to see where it came from. I would go into a ladies' room, and there would be other people there, like at the Y, and they'd be combing their hair or putting on new makeup or whatever they were doing. And if they were looking in the mirror, I could not look at myself while they were there. I couldn't let them see me looking at myself. Strange, right? When they were gone, I could do it. But it was so ingrained in me that if I was looking at myself in the mirror, I was admiring myself, and that I didn't want anyone else to see that. I was embarrassed to do that. So that's just one instance. And throughout life, a lot of times what someone says to us is carried on and on. And we don't get rid of that without introspection, without looking at ourselves honestly and saying, you know what? Yeah, I was pretty. I was. And it was okay to be. It was who I was. So I had to deny a part of myself just simply by a simple act of hurtful words. We say, if when you want to say something, is it kind? Is it honest? And is it necessary? So that's one way. The second was enrage, which is something I have. I think right now I have to hope that I don't end up at the end of the day enraged by situations I no longer have control over. Um, I remind people to vote for that particular reason, so I don't have to be enraged over the inequities that happen in the people who are denied voting rights. It's a serious, serious thing. Angers in itself, for me, are something I don't do. And I got to thinking about that when I went to bed last night. I want to be angry. Now, I have not found a way to do that easily without hurting myself, so I don't. I get hurt, at least that's what I say. But I have to be honest that underneath that, there probably is a tremendous amount of anger over things I can't control. Um, Relationships with family sometimes are painful, and they can bring angers at other times. If they come out, they cause damage to others as well. And people sometimes never come back from that. You know? So I have to control that as best I can. Words that comfort and encourage. Oh gosh, I could do a couple sessions just on that. Sometimes the most comforting words that I can give someone is to let them know I hear them, and to um, give value and validation to someone that said something that maybe someone would make fun of or would disparage. And so if someone says to me, I just finished this book, this whole book, it was 450 pages, you know, and someone said, well, I read those books all the time, you know, and I can say how I'm so grateful that you're able to do that, and can I borrow the book when you're finished, now that you're finished? Um, Comforting comes in so many ways. Sometimes it's a hug when someone needs one, and recognizing that a hug is supposed to last a certain period of time, and knowing when to let that hug end, because you just know that's exactly what they needed when they got it. And then you got a gift too. So that's helpful. Sometimes reaching out a hand and just touching someone else's hand and recognizing that you care. We have a lot of things happen in our life that are painful, and having someone that understands or is willing to listen is a great deal of comfort. Now, the encouraging things that we can say are many. We can do them to people we know all the time, but even to someone we don't know. If you meet someone in the grocery store and you can say to them, um, I like the way you wear your hair, or I love that color on you. Yeah, it gives that person a gift without anything attached. There's no benefit to you other than the fact that you've comforted or you encouraged someone. When someone says they've signed up for classes and you think, oh boy, they're going to have a rough time, you don't say that. You say, I'd love to hear how you're doing. Keep me informed. How difficult, or if you need some help or some coaching or some help in remembering something out, but any way that you can, say something to someone that's going to let them know, one, that you care, and two, that they're capable. In the book I had given to my friend Mandy, there are pages of affirmations, and they range for all different ages, so the wording on them was a little different, but basically, hold on, they just popped, there you go. Basically, if you say to a child, you are amazing, you are strong, um, I like the way you smile, I believe in you, I trust you. Those are all affirmations. Um, it's like I can look in the mirror today and say, you're 80 years old and you are daring. I have purple hair, my husband's favorite color. Mine too. So I can say it to myself, but not all the time. It's nice to hear from someone else say, I like the way you do this, or I like what you made for dinner last night, or any little words that we can say that belong out there to someone else. Then we learn to sit with ourselves and say those things to ourselves. you can do this. You are capable. And I wish you well, for everyone. So I think we all have to do that on a daily basis. Find some things that we can say about to ourselves that affirm our worth, and um, and we can share them with someone. Say, you know what? I feel this way today. I feel good about myself. And we can also be honest and hope that someone else will then give us a confirmation of uh, our abilities and our value. You know, I hope that helps a little. So please feel free to suggest something that you'd like to hear something more about. And if there's a particular word that you struggle with, let me know. I can't say I have an answer, but I can tell you how I'm affected by what people respond. It means a lot to me. Because I can't think of everything all on my own. I need your help. So have a good day. Thank you for being here.